Yeah, I'm about to turn everything on here. Gotcha. Gotcha. Yep. Gotcha. All right, I'm about to get us live here. Okay, cool. Thanks. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. Apologize for the delay here, but we beat the countdown. This is the inaugural game of Season 2, Overwatch Bro League Edition. My name's Tosferatu. Joining me in the booth here is Kyad. Welcome.
Thank you.
This is his first time in the booth. I'm excited to have him here. Tonight we have, if you do the honors, Kyad.
Yep. So tonight we have Raging Dropouts and Thunder Squad tonight.
Yep, so these two teams are old teams from Season 1 for the most part. If you want to bring up the Raging Dropouts stats here, they are empty, but these are our players. Beelzebub, Madman, and Teal Banana were all on the same team last season. Joining them this year is Shinigami and Yummy. Shinigami is primarily support player, Yummy primarily DPS. But Madman and Beelzebub might switch out a little bit. TB probably play support too. Those three players, like I said, played together last season. They got a lot of synergy. Yummy's known Madman for a long time. He's got a lot of synergy with him, so I'm excited to see what this team can do. If you want to swap us over to the other team, Thunder Squad is in a similar boat. We have Chainsmoke, Cruzon, Edak, GT Gamer, and Wansboro. Subbing for Cruzon tonight will be Papa Tony, a.k.a. Anthrotron. Now, Wands, GT, and Edak have all been friends a very long time. Chainsmoke is also a friend of theirs. He was on my Siege team a while back when I was on Wands' team. And, the synergy that these people bring is hard to deny as well. They've been playing together a long time. They've got a lot of strats already ironed out. And we should see that affect the game today. Game 1 will be, looks like Busan. So we're starting off on Control. Then I believe it's Escort, and if we get to a Game 3, it'll be Hybrid. We are starting a little late here, so we are just going to get right into it. Okay, I was about to say, if this isn't hooked up, we're going to have some real problems. But if the teams are ready, we are going to go ahead and get started. I think they're all still in the map bans for the next two games, not paying attention to the chats.
I mean, I guess we could talk about what to expect out of Busan. That's a pretty important thing.
Yeah, I agree. Why don't you give us a rundown?
Alrighty. So, looking at Busan, just how the map works, you have mech base. Mech base can work with Brawl. It can work with almost everything. I'm not a particular fan of Dive there, but I definitely think we can expect to see a lot of Brawl or Rush there. I forget the other map, but it's the one with the drum The name is slipping here. Also good for Brawl, but Dive can work there. There's a small bit of high ground, so we can see some hit scan play there. Downtown is where I think we're going to see a lot of interesting play. You have real high ground there. Very, very difficult to handle, so Dive is functional there. And if there's a Widowmaker per se, they can shoot down onto the point. There's a little bit of high ground that's not up on the towers, so we can see some hit scan there. I don't know exactly what to expect. This is my first time being here, Bro League, so I want to thank everyone for having me here. I haven't met these players in particular, but I feel that I'm excited to see what they can do, and I'm expecting some great games.
Me too. So, nothing yet in the chat here. In a second, I'm just going to start, and we can pause if we have to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's the best bet. All right, let's get in it. Should have been ready 13 minutes ago.
I agree.
Now traveling to Busan.
All right, so we're going to have mech base first. Now, like you said, this is definitely one where you want to control the high ground. The point being down below loans itself to people doing a lot of stupid stuff, giving up ground they don't have to give up just to take the point. It's, on control, obviously you have to own the point, but it is more about the team fight. You got to be able to win it to keep control.
As well as, it's fine to give up a little bit of percent as long as you will gain complete control. It's more important to win the team fight than it is to, gain a little bit of percent. You can take the point, but if you only get 10%, what's the point?
Yeah, absolutely. If, say you send, one of your supports down there and he's the only one on there, we can indeed pause. I'm not going to count this as a pause for the teams just because we knew they weren't ready, but I just needed to have them actually respond to something. But yeah, like I was saying, if you send one player out to cap the point and now all of a sudden you're 4v5ing off point, you're going to lose that fight. And then you're only going to get 8%, 12%, and then it's not going to do you any favors.
It looks like we lost one player. Some small technical issues
right
there.
Off the rip. I guess we'll go to a technical issues screen. This wouldn't be Bro League without some technical issues. Actually, you know what? We didn't play the commercial, so let's do that now. I got some feedback. My mic was only coming in people's left ears. Is that fixed now? Oh, I'm talking live. Hey, stream. Fixed. Thank you, Checks. We're going back to the technical difficulty screen. We have an issue with the map bands. We'll be back momentarily. All right, you're going live. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We're going to start this up. We're going to restart the game. Oh, wait, we're still missing 2 people.
Yep.
How did that happen? Well, we can get them in here mid-match.
Yeah, we'll just pause, I guess, for a second. It's fine.
Pause. Boop. Who are we missing?
EDAC, right?
Social. Friends. No, TV's in here.
We have a special leak of Toast's friend list here.
I got almost everybody. So, invite to custom. And I think we're missing one other. I don't know.
Chainsmoke, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I don't have him.
Oh, well. Hold
type.
No, I can type. Give me 1 second. Oh.
I just like was messing it up as the stream saw. There we go. All right.
There we go. Alrighty. But now we're not on mech base. Now we're out in downtown.
Yep. Yeah, it changed everything. And this one is kind of the same thing. You definitely this one the high ground's more optional, especially these like upper high grounds here. I feel like not taking this high ground with somebody. I mean, you got to be playing a very specific comp to not have to care about this at all.
So, I mean, I think actually I disagree a bit. I think the high grounds here are almost essential in a lot of ways. Depending on what they're playing, of course. This is where I would be running something like Winston. Me personally, I'd be running something like Winston here. But I want to see what they're going to pick. Oh, well, we're pausing. Well, in the middle of my explanation. Nothing is necessarily bad here. You can play everything here. This is a great map for that. I'm curious what the teams will pick, because we saw a little sneak peek, or at least I did, because I'm in the spectator menu, of what some of the teams were thinking, what they were going through their heads, and I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. But of course, right now, they have nothing
we'll
set
find
out.
in however long 2.3 seconds is.
Yeah.
Does that mean go?
I don't,
No, he's on a different team than Yummy, so.
yeah. God,
somebody
tell
missing
Toast to
something.
pause. Yes. Alright, so Toast, can you, pause it?
It's paused.
I know it is. I just saw the...
Oh, yeah.
I just saw the message. It's funny because it's late. By the way, I did want to say while we're paused, I saw my boy 50 Echoes in the chat. Great seeing you here, man. I hope you enjoy the stream.
Yeah, so far so good. All right.
We ready to go? All right.
Longest 2.3 seconds of my life.
Yep, definitely. Let's see how this goes here. Alrighty, so we got a Doomfist comp here, and then we have so far Orisa, Genji. I guess I probably shouldn't be saying this on stream before they come out of the doors. My bad. No, wait, they can see it on your stream.
Yeah,
So,
this is
okay,
all
that's
live.
fine. That's fine. Yeah.
So this is kind of what I expected from the Dropouts. Beelzebub played support last season, but he is a Doomfist player through and through. So we'll have to see what he can do here. We're gonna go to him out the gate. And I'm remembering the controls from last season. I gotta remember how to get on third person and first person. Here we go.
The teams engage right away at the center. Orisa taking a bit of a more passive and then going in, popping gold. It looks like Beelzebub trying to go in there and disrupt their back line. Except they're... Oh, and Orisa gets pulled out, giving space. Alright.
That man gets a quick pick on GT.
It's even right now, but the tank is down, so they should be able to push in here. I'm still learning the team's names. I believe Raging Dropouts, right? And that's Thunder Squad. Thunder Squad, yeah. Alright.
I can see why EDAC wanted Lifeweaver in the pool now. He was rip-roaring and ready to go with that character. But Chainsmoke doing exactly what he's supposed to do, pushing up, taking this space. They can't walk down this. GT on the high ground gets pushed down by Beelzebub. Now he can do a lot back there. See, he's diving the back line. Nope, changed his mind.
Wansboro gets a pick onto the Soldier 76. EDAC goes in and punches GT Gamer into the back line here and gets saved by the life grip. Wow. It looks like Kiriko and 3 here are trying to save the line here. Beelzebub goes in. Madman gets a pick onto GT Gamer and pops Zedeye. Infantry we're seeing a lot of ults in this first. This is literally second fight. We're seeing a ton of ults here.
Two ults popped on, or one on each side. It's looking like the tree did a great job keeping everybody alive through Bob. Bob actually cannot target the tree itself, so it doesn't help you out there.
Looking at the two teams, I would say that Raging Dropouts here, while they have the ult economy, so they can use this opportunity to kind of overwhelm the other team. Depends on what else they're planning to use. I'm assuming we're going to see a Kiriko ult come out, but we also see a switch onto Pharah. Farah being a broken character just because of how she can fly, just super strong. Picks off the hit scan.
Drops the ult early. Doesn't find anything. Does get the Kiriko. Oh, that's both supports down. This should be an easy fight for the Dropouts.
And Orisa tries to leave very,
And
very
Orisa
quickly.
just gets away. That was the smartest play Wandsboro could have made. I'm assuming. Nope, Chain Smoke's on tank. My apologies. Interesting to see Wands on Ashe. I don't think we saw that at all last season.
Ashe is a very, very strong character. Dynamite building ult very quickly, having a very, very nice range to shoot from.
Yep, can take advantage of the high ground here very well.
Using her coach gun. We still see, oh, very nice pick from Yummy here. Very, very, very well done.
Yeah, Yummy might be a Farah main. Doesn't have like the ideal support. People say, you know, people think you need a Mercy pocket to play Farah, but Kiriko can certainly still heal a Farah. So she's not alone up there.
I'm with you.
Wait for it.
And it looks like the Thunder Squad wasn't sure how to push up here.
Ooh. An even trade here. And then we see the Kiriko ult come out from the side of Thunder Squad. It looks like it's an even battle through and through. One person drops, another person drops, but it looks like that Thunder Squad just gets the advantage here with Wandsboro picking off two.
Yeah, they take it right back. Can they touch? That is going to be the question here. I think it's up to Yummy, who unfortunately cannot quite get there.
Let's kick this off.
And that'll be Mat 1. Pretty dominant performance, I would say, from the side of the Thunder Squad. You know, they were just able to hold in there a lot longer. There were moments of strength, certainly from the Dropouts, where they just overwhelmed. But, you know, run and dive into a more stable tank like that, like Orisa, you know, you certainly have to pick your battles. It's hard to have a sustained fight.
I have to really give congratulations to Thunder Squad in the sense of Orisa is a difficult tank in a lot of ways. She's not very mobile. So against a mobile tank like Doomfist, it's very difficult, but they're doing a great job grouping together, making it difficult for Doomfist to single one of them out. But he's been doing great as well, being able to find picks, stuns, etc. So it's still a very, very even match, and we'll be seeing a swap onto Ramatra, which is a very, very good tank right now when it comes to, you know, I guess meta play.
Yeah, I think Ramatra just has some of the strongest abilities in the game. His ult form, the punches can overwhelm a lot of people, and you know, obviously his ult is just outrageous. Yummy is going to go down. Doesn't get the score he needs. TV goes down, but does get the res off on Madman. Now GT playing McCree this time could be a death sentence for Yummy's Farah, but they do have the Mercy this time, so in theory she can stay alive, or she can stay on the Farah and still get some value. Well, Madman gets stunned back, manages to get out. Follow up from the DPS. Lifeweaver on top of the point, being an absolute menace.
And it looks like that Thunder Squad will take the cap here.
GT taking out Madman. That could spell the death sentence for this retake here. Oh, TV is just getting completely shot out of the sky, too. Does manage to get to cover. Great movement on her end. But Farah's alone. Nope, she gets there. And we could see we have 2 support ults, 3 support ults on the board. Yummy goes down, but res is up.
The point flips temporarily, but it looks like with the Tree of Life and with Orisa singling out the Moira here. Oh, but Moira gets a pick onto... Oh, my bad. Sorry for interrupting.
Oh, no, you're good. Yeah, no, Moira gets 2 great picks, but can't quite follow up. And they do get it right back. Ult economy is in the favor of the Dropouts. Farah is about to get hers. There might be something to say about the turret from Wands and GT. Just might be a little too much for this Farah Mercy comp.
Definitely. The turret is super, super strong. Doesn't really need to aim, of course. And it
Great
just
flank
makes
by
it
GT.
hard.
Yeah, it's just guaranteed damage on, you know, really a set of people who are dependent on their movement. And you can't dodge it, so it's half your kit is like useless at that point. Shinigami almost gets out.
It looks like Raging Dropouts here, just reconsolidating, trying to get back onto point here. Use the ultimates that they have. We're probably going to see what's it called, the Annihilation come out here as soon as we see the gold come out. Orisa, wow.
Oh, great attempt at an escape from Madman. Try to teleport right out of there. TB taking cover, just getting away. Knows she can't keep people up against 5.
Their confidence will be their undoing.
No opposition is insolent.
What's up?
T getting aggressive. There you have it. That is game 1.
Game 1 going to Thunder Squad. Very, very well done from Thunder Squad. Very, very, very dominant showing. Orisa, I guess, can just be such a beast in a lot of cases. She sustains for so long, having the ability to cycle through the 3 cooldowns she has. It's very difficult in the sense to take her down there.
Yeah, you have to be able to get around her for sure. And, you know, I think part of that is definitely dependent on the comp. Like, if you're running a full dive comp, that's very easy. But when you have, you know, McCree stabilizing your line a little bit, but you don't necessarily even have a line, you know, you got a little cognitive dissonance on your comp. And I think, you know, the Orisa can just stand in the McCree's face and not even let him get in the fight with the rest of the team. Absolutely. You want to swap us over on the map ban so we can all take a look at what we're dealing with? Thank you. That's a learning curve for everybody. I do know what map it is, so I'm going to cut ahead just to save some time. Oh, here it comes. And you're looking at Dorado, if I remember correctly. Yeah, they're not showing up for some reason, but I promise you this last one is Dorado. I think we may still... Actually, you know what? I know why that happened. Not a big deal. We're just going to get back into the game here and send it on our way. Now, Dorado's an interesting map. A lot of defenders opt to just sit high ground. A lot of people like to sit close off the start. What do you think? Which do you think is a better strategy right now?
If we're talking the defender side?
Yes.
So in the defender side, the biggest advantage of the defenders is they have the high ground, of course, as you just said. But it's better to hold more down the street than holding facing the spawn doors. It's hard to get up here in general. You have to walk up all these stairs if you're brawling. If you're diving too, you can utilize Briggs Flail CC, making it almost impossible for a dive to really occur. You can always shoot down on your opponents. They can't really force the cart through under the bridge, as your tank can jump down. So it's just the superior way to hold high ground. But often, what we see in very, very different types of play, we see the red house in the center by the spawn door, the one that is...
I'll show everybody.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what the best way to call it. I just call it the red house.
This one right here.
Yeah, the red house is basically the tank can sit up there if it's a dive tank, jump up and down off the cart, contest it, and making it almost impossible. They would have to dive the tank itself, and he still has his team on the other high ground supporting him. Looks like we're gonna be seeing a more brawly comp though from both teams here.
Yeah, they're certainly taking a mixture. The tank is going to sit low and just get the support from the DPS on high ground. Now, who on the attackers? It looks like the Sombra can do some work, but other than that, I mean, they are going to be very low ground base. Maybe Lifeweaver boosts them up, pushes this Junkrat out. Well, Antitron goes down early. Beelzebub switching roles this time. They swap Madman over to tank, I believe. Yep.
Wow. That Junkrat having high ground, just so dangerous. So
and Reaper's in the back on the Mercy. But yeah, no, Junkrat can just sit up there and spam down. Really hard for him to miss. Wansboro does get that kill on the Mercy. She's not able to get out. Teal Banana has to look away. She knows the Reaper's coming. Forced to drop down.
Beelzebub in the back, just picking up kills with his junk mines, making it very, very difficult, making them have to pay a lot of attention to him.
He does ultimately end up going down. And that should be, they definitely have time to contest. That's certainly not the first point. But I think they'll get it past that choke there. And they'll have a difficult fight ahead of them on defense here.
Wansboro taking the high ground far up, knowing that he can possibly get an early pick-off here, having Wraith, which he just uses to get out.
Yeah, they wasted no time taking space. Chainsmoke already at the gates. Beelzebub does get the GT. They do have the advantage here. And they took that space from the Reaper. They are where they're supposed to be, but is it in time? It is not. Defenders are forced to back up here.
Great pick from Madman, though, swapping over to Zarya. Zarya denying a lot of Orisa cooldowns in general, as she could always do consistent damage over time.
Yeah, and I believe the beam does go through Orisa's, what do you call it, swirl thing.
Spin? Yeah,
spin, thank you.
Yeah, it does. And that's what makes... It's what makes Zarya the counter to Orisa, especially in brawl types of situations. It looks like Thunder Squad here will be pushing up a lot, and Rage Dropouts will back up here. Actually, Beelzebub going in here to try and recontest high ground.
He does manage to... Oh, no, Reaper's still up there. Must have actually teleported back up. But yeah, I mean, they got 3 people up there now. GT's going for the ult. Gets a big one off. Finds one. But Madman trades out. And the tree goes down pretty quick here. Yummy a little overextended, perhaps. Yep, Orisa's going to back him into a corner. But he is going to find... No one. GT so low. Madman able to follow up on both the kills. Yummy almost secured.
Orisa pushing him off, though, using her E. Almost C9 the card.
Yeah, it's really close. 0.12 meters. They leave for a second. And that is over. Unable to get out.
And they also have to watch out for the Sombra. If they're not really close to the cart, Sombra can walk behind and C9 the cart, which would be devastating.
Fortunately, you don't necessarily want to take much more space than they have right now. You know, it's just a big open lane from here to the spawn. I think there could be some merit in holding that first corner, but certainly not something I've ever had the confidence to go for. I don't know, what do you think about that?
Right now, I think the best thing that they can do is stay by cart, utilize maybe the high ground behind them. Maybe Soldier can go up there, hold that down, make it difficult for the team. And we see a big ult from Wansboro in the middle of my analysis, but he gets taken down by Beelzebub.
That's 2 and 2. So one support on each side, one DPS. He trades out TC Gamer.
We see the window come out from Anthrotron 56 here, but Madman...
From Madman. He needs to be able to get some heals here. Mercy unable to bridge the gap. We'll get a res down, though.
Res is Teal
that's
Banana.
Gonna push them back. So, yeah, they have to regroup.
So, as I was going to say, though, here they can potentially take high ground. Soldier's taking an off angle right now, but high ground is just very, very strong. Beelzebub's utilizing it. They're watching out for the Sombra, too, not letting her get
they
too
caught
much.
her.
Yep. Going from a back angle here, utilizing the high ground very well.
Chainsmoke gets healed right up. Definitely thought he might die there. Yummy goes down. GT just making sure that Zarya stays hacked.
Oh, EMP comes out.
Is it enough? Fire Strike goes down, kills him. Yummy's dead here. Oh, this nano could be everything. TB gets hacked. Goes down. It's all up to the Zarya.
Zarya
Zarya
has a pocket, though.
It should be okay. Oh, this should be fine.
Oh, but they can C9 the cart, and they C9 the cart.
No choice. After the pin, great pin by Chainsmoke. I didn't even think he had any backup there.
I will say, by the way, this is a quote I say to almost every team: no one loses a fight with the MP, and that just proves my point.
Yeah, especially, I mean, just solo shatters Yummy, picks him off. But yeah, I was going to say, especially with characters like Ana and Zarya, I mean, if they don't have their kit, they're, you know, Ana can put out a decent amount of healing, don't get me wrong, but both of those characters need their abilities to have impact.
Especially if Zarya's not already high charge, but she also loses half her health. Every character loses half their health when they're EMP'd. EMP just being a broken ability, Sombra being a very broken character. And it's worth to use it, definitely.
Absolutely.
Ooh, we see Attack Visor come out, but shut down by Wansboro.
Yeah, Wansboro's great timing on the third point there. Oh, Chain Smoke's in very deep. Let's see if Beelzebub can get the kill here. Oh, life stripped out.
We see the Tree of Life come out here, and Chainsmoke falls. This looks like a very much of a backup moment.
Yeah, they should probably get out here before this Life Weaver dies. But the defense is going to play very safe. They're not going to chase these kills. Beelzebub just getting some spam over the walls.
With 60 seconds remaining, we're entering last fight territory here with... I guess you would technically say Thunder Squad has the ult economy here comparatively to Raging Dropouts, but it's only Bastion ult. Bastion ult can be difficult to use, especially against a Zarya.
They have a very slow comp here, so they are definitely not getting back to point after this.
Definitely not. You see Beelzebub get rocked in disposition. He is saved though with the Zarya bubble. Oh, I thought he was saved with the Zarya bubble.
Look goes down. GT in trouble. Gets out. He's going to do what he can here. Gets the Bastion. Far's got to be next once they can get the tank. Bastion doing a great job checking that Far.
Riptide coming out here. Anthrotron saving his team using the
great
Immortality
shot by
Field.
GT on Shinigami. Shadow right out of the sky. GT does go down to Junkrat with a little bit of help from Yummy. And Chain Smoke in trouble. Completely surrounded. Turret forms out. He's got no cooldowns. Oh, he does have his ult.
Ooh,
All of
Trail
a
Life
sudden,
comes
this is
out.
anyone's fight. Nano is on the side of the defense, so they could pop this at any time. And there it goes.
Nano
It's in
onto
their
the
faces.
Junkrat.
They're hoping for the burst damage to outdo the tree. That was very smart. And I think it's just the tank and the Life Weaver. Can't quite survive the junk spam and the Bastion.
Ooh, and a second Riptire already out here, picking off Anthrotron
seal
to
the
seal
deal.
the deal.
All right. Now they got to take it pretty far, but this is certainly doable.
Score 0-2. Switching sides. Initiating match.
Alrighty, heading on to switching sides here. I'm curious what Thunder Squad will decide to pick. I believe they're on defense, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Yes. I want to say, yeah, Thunder Squad's defending this time around.
See, you have the names in front of you. I do not. So I sometimes mix them up a bit. My apologies.
No, I'm looking at the same thing you are, actually. I like I said, I remember both these teams from last season. So I just have to reference some of the names quick to get it there.
All right, because you are on cams tonight.
Yep. Let's see what we got.
Alrighty, so we'll be seeing Mirror Junkrats here. We're gonna see Madman on Orisa. We're still gonna be seeing that Life Weaver from EDAC, as well as Teal Banana being on Ana. And Shinigami, I believe, has stayed on Mercy, if I recall correctly.
I believe this is the same comp on the side of the attackers, except Madman switched over to Orisa.
A little more sustainability, making it very, very difficult to kind of just burst down Orisa. They're going to have to try and focus his backline, because killing Orisa here with an Ana is very, very difficult, if not impossible. So the defense this time taking a different strategy. They are just going to exclusively hold high ground.
And, you know, they are going to have to just immediately give up a lot of territory, but, you know, at some point here they will drop down. Junkrat actually contesting this high ground pretty effectively on the side off screen here.
Madman falls, gets rezzed, but his Mercy gets punished for it. Looks like the, what's it called? Looks like the, sorry, my bad. Looks like Raging Dropouts here will have to back up and reconsolidate.
Yeah, I agree without their Mercy. There's not much they can do here. They're already fighting an uphill battle. Madman is feeding this Sigma charge very effectively. Beelzebub taking the high ground. Oh, Wazbo tries to dive him. Does not succeed, but Yummy takes out a support in the meantime. They got to be able to get GT off this high ground now. That's got to be Beelzebub's next op here. But it looks like they could get the tank. Nope. Going to opt to take the high ground. But the defense has regrouped. Gave it up without any losses.
It looks like Beelzebub here taking his off angle, kind of just trying to pelt the back line.
Yeah, just limiting their position, getting them all to fall back instead of surround the main push. Which GT, even though he is McCree, will do. And he is one in the back. No help from the healers.
2 fall on the defending side. Tyre comes out here, sealing the deal.
Yep.
This is definitely going to be a cap here.
Yeah, Lifeweaver's got to fall back. Does a smart thing.
It's going to be a little more difficult here, I'd say, though. This high ground that Reaper's just hopped on, very, very, very much a contested spot. Very big advantage here for Dorado.
Now, with Antitron up here, yeah, he does have to take cover. He falls back. Didn't want to fight into both of them.
Beelzebub jumping up, trying to contest some 2 DPS.
I don't know if they know he's here. Nope, Edak didn't hear him. Gets out.
3.
2 ults going out. Oh, Chain Smoke off. Gets 3. Now he's going to try to make something of it. He might kill the tank here. Nope, he's forced it back. And does get finished off. It's a good effort to try to make something out of that play.
DPS having the most carry potential in the game. It was worth trying it out at least. Potentially, if Sigma didn't have Suck, if they were, you know, keeping track of that, taking that risk could have been very, very much worth it.
Yeah, I think he did because Sigma didn't use that ability at all. So he must have known the cooldown. That's just a crazy coincidence.
Not to mention, picking one while you have the respawn advantage. Perfect, because now they're 5 while their team was 4. Now they're all grouped up.
True, yeah, now they had a back that gave up all that ground because they could not withstand.
Beelzebub here taking the high ground, kind of just pelting down onto the enemy team.
Does get Antitron, Chain Smoke soon to follow. GT with great movement, barely getting shot. Cart is being pushed by the tree. Or the tree is getting pushed by the cart, rather. Excuse me. I've never seen that before. That was amusing.
GT here maybe looking... Oh, he does not have Deadeye. Looking
for... Might kill Beelzebub. Oh, getting bullied by the Ana. Almost saves his Lifeweaver. Does get the kill. And this is a 4v4. Pushing the first part of this point here. Now, they don't have the comp to stay close like that. We are going to fall back to opt for the longer range because the Sigma.
Sigma's very much a poke composition, being spread, creating a ton of angles. That's what the goal here is.
True. But at some point, you do have to stand your ground. Wow, Chainsmoke just shuts Yummy down with the rock. Not much he could do. A lot of ults on the side of the defense here. Should be able to slow this down whenever.
So
Beelzebub goes down mid-ult. Chainsmoke isolated here. This is going to be a problem for him.
I just saw someone in chat saying that they couldn't see the time. Just to let people know, 2 minutes and 50 seconds on the clock for Raging Dropouts.
Oh, that's interesting. We could definitely get that overlay swapped to the bottom for next week. I didn't realize I was covering that up.
Good catch. We see the window come out here from Anthotron, trying to utilize as much as possible.
Yeah, unfortunately, Orisa was just right in the window, and they couldn't shoot around her. But they do manage to hold on here. Madman forced to back. I think he will get away, certainly.
Coming up on Nano, Orisa ult, and Valkyrie, having the ult advantage here in the favor of Raging Dropouts. They only need one more fight win here. It definitely seems likely. I'm curious how Thunder Squad will hold up against it. I'm curious who Teal Banana will decide to Nano here, as that can be very decisive on how they win this fight.
Yeah, I think, you know, I've never really even thought about this composition, or this ult combination, but nanoing the Orisa when she goes in and pulling everybody significantly reduces the time they have to run away.
Orisa popping her ult here, Immortality Field coming out. Orisa getting no one but damaging the Reinhardt very, very much.
Yep,
Push.
we'll be able to capitalize. Does a great job pushing up. Can't even leave their spawn already. Bar trapped in there. Does manage to get out.
But they're leaving the card alone here, which is very, very... Oh, wait, was that a sleep dart onto the Pharah? Very impressive sleep dart. Very, very impressive sleep dart there. Reinhardt gets back on point here. Him and Lifeweaver trying to fight it out. Only Reinhardt remaining. Anthotron coming out, popping his burst.
Yeah, they're doing a great job stalling this point.
GT Gamer killing the Mercy.
Dies for it. Oh, Wands is in trouble. No fade, no health. Does manage to get it all back.
Oh,
Oh, and the ult doesn't get canceled, but he does die, so no one's able to capitalize. Wands does find one, actually.
the Reaper poking the backline here gets slapped. Only Lucio remaining. Hart gets capped.
Pushed.
Yeah, capped.
And that's, I believe that's Raging Dropouts' victory, if I'm not mistaken.
It is Raging Dropouts victory, meaning we're going into a, what's it called? A game 3. Very exciting for the first, what's it called, game of the season.
True, yeah, absolutely. This is what we came to see. It was a very close match. That's what we're going to get. Oh, I'm glad I got to see that play. I missed it on the cameras. Oh, and he did have suck there. Interesting. He just didn't use it.
That's all right.
So we are going into game 3. Will be a hybrid map, and the map in is lagged again. What are we playing? Oh, there it goes. Good. And we are going to be on Eichenwald. All right. This is one of my personal favorites. I just really like how the map looks. I like the lore behind it. And, you know, it's fun to play on most of the time. I don't like the start of point 2. A lot of times I just get bullied from that high ground. But the rest of it, I think, is interesting. Point 1 being basically just, can you get through this choke? Maybe not the most dynamic play in the world, but playing it is, I find it pretty fun, especially on defense.
Especially on defense, but I think that's the key words there. In my perspective here, Eichenwald is definitely just heavily defender-sided. It's going to make whoever's on attack here, which I believe is Thunder Squad, if I'm not mistaken, because they are the team in red. It's going to make it very challenging for them. One small type of choke. Of course, you can go over the wall of the front building if you have the comp for it, but you can't do the Maywall strategy anymore, where you used to be able to Maywall over that building and sim TP onto that Maywall and jump over it with a team that wasn't fully mobile.
Oh,
so it kind of, yeah, that was a strategy back in the day.
Yeah,
It
I've
doesn't
done
work
that
anymore.
before. I just haven't tried, and so I didn't even know that you couldn't do that.
No,
That's good. That was a little silly, like, cheat to just get around how the map's supposed to be played. Which
well, you can
very
still
effective.
kind of do it. I'm not the Maywall per se, but if we see maybe Wansborough, I believe he was the one playing Junkrat for the team of Thunder Squad. You can triple concussion mine over the other buildings and just sit in the back line of the enemy team, making them have to pay attention to you. It's an all-in type of strategy, but some teams don't expect it. Some teams don't think that the Junkrat can get around using his concussion mine.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden he's right on top of you, bursts down one of your healers or DPS. And that's all she wrote.
Stall Shield though. We'll be seeing an Echo come out on the side of Thunder Squad. Very, very, very dynamic pick here. Very, very strong hero. I'm interested to see how this plays out. GT Gamer, though, going down to Beelzebub spam.
Yeah, Chain Smoke up to a pretty high charge, I think. He took 2 full bubbles. Yeah, 80% already.
Now at 100%.
Great life grip. Chain Smoke barely getting out alive. EDAC does go down. Whole team is super low. GT not caring that he has 10 health. Still out in the open. But he gets away with it. And that's GT's brilliance. He does stuff like that, and he still manages to just absolutely throw it down. He's my friend in real life, so I'm going to make fun of him more than anybody else here.
Anthotron56 is also my friend here, subbing in for the team of Thunder Squad. I'm resisting the urge to make fun of him, but I mean playfully, of course. He's one of my best friends. I've known him forever. Been playing very well tonight. Getting picked, though, by Beelzebub. Madman also picking off Chain Smoke, and Wansboro picking up Beelzebub, GT Gamer picking up Yummy.
Yeah, they got a little split there. Bastion ended up on his own for a second. But they are. It looks like they're going to retake the choke here. That man doing a great job just intimidating the offense here. They do not want to push it.
Tire comes out, getting destroyed by GT Gamer. Wansboro picking off Beelzebub. GT Gamer also picking out Yummy here.
The defense just collapses around the Ramatra. Just went around, not much they could do. Is anyone still on point? No. And that's going to be a cap.
Only costing them copy as well. Copy being an ult that you can build so quickly. Echo already back to 8%, just literally poking out.
Yeah, I always felt like copy was more like you are in a bad position and you can like turn it. You're like close range. You don't have your cooldowns, and now all of a sudden you're Reinhardt in their faces. They just don't know.
Exactly. Echo is a reactionary ultimate. Copy allows you to turn a bad situation and make it a good one, especially for your team. But that means you have to be very decisive in what you pick. Picking Bastion there, very, very strong because of a lot of pressure. We see Grav come out here from Chain Smoke, taking a lot. Ooh, and Annihilation coming out here as well.
Yeah, the Ram ult and Bastion turret should be big. GT's on the ground. Oh, he's not quite able to get the wall off. That would have been huge. But GT does pay for it. Somebody's in the fight here still. Get used to these numbers.
Are we able to see the stats? I don't think we're able to see the stats.
No, unfortunately, there's no spectator stats. Which reminds me, hopefully we took screenshots so we can record that stuff.
Small indie game company, by the way. Unable to allow spectators.
Yeah, it's they'll get it one day. It's just they got like 2 guys who do all the overlays and stuff. It takes a while.
Takes a while. Wansboro copying Ramach here, a very, very good copy, allowing him to just become very dominant. Walking into the backline, having shield, having nemesis, and almost having annihilation. Sadly, the copy runs out. But they gained the second checkpoint here, allowing them to, obviously continue going forward.
Yeah, and Yummy was trying to get the high ground, get some good positioning, but they were able to push it a little too far before he was able to get up there. And now we see they are pushing really hard here. They have to slow him down somehow. They need to regroup.
That Kiriko ult, though, acting like a 5-man nano. Very, very difficult to play against most of the time and needing to back up, but you can't really back up if it's the final stretch.
Nope. Yeah, and they have nobody left really to contest. And they have to give up that whole last point, basically free. They weren't able to regroup. That is going to be an incredible time. I think it was, what are we looking at, 3 minutes and some odd seconds?
3 minute 29.
29, yeah, I mean, definitely with the whole, that last third of it must have taken, 35 seconds? So, that's not even that high a time with that much time off the board. They did clearly a good job holding in the middle there.
Now it is up to, I believe, Raging Dropouts. to make this cap happen. Very difficult, as we said earlier, with the first point choke. I'm interested to see how Thunder Squad will hold it.
Yeah, I'm intrigued to see what they bring as well. Definitely opting for a different role. Chainsmoke bringing out the Sigma again. GT, if I'm going to guess, is going to sit either on this high ground just past the choke or in this room, wait for him to push past, and then just mow him down from behind. Sigma on both sides. Interesting. I feel like Sigma is pretty good on attack here. Once you see your moment to push up, you have two ways to basically stop your team from taking damage and actually get through that choke.
Mm-hmm.
5, 4,
I think Ashe is an interesting choice on offense here. You know, sitting around this first corner, just taking shots down, can go either way. Especially with a Kiriko, you might find yourself dying pretty quickly.
However, though, Ashe, well, as you say that, what's it called? I was going to say Ashe's Dynamite, though, priceless utility, and Bob being an ult that is great for zoning and damage.
I agree. Once you get Bob here, you just throw him past the choke, especially, you know, if the Reaper's not in position, say he's on the back line. They don't really have a way to melt Bob. They can't sleep him. They can't stun him. They got to hope Sigma has their cooldown so they can take cover. GT doing a great job here of just being a nuisance.
Wansboro using Torbjorn as Torbjorn being just a super strong pick here.
Yeah, no, I think Torbjorn is very good right now. Especially if you can land his shot, he just does so much damage. Ooh, GT getting rocked, unable to escape. Yummy stays alive.
I'm here.
But Ashe goes down to the turret. Steel Banana unable to get over to Beelzebub in time. And it looks like this push did get slowed.
Very, very difficult to push into not only a turret, but as well as the opposing Sigma, the Kiriko, Kunai. It's very difficult. It's a lot of damage.
A lot of damage and a lot of sustain. He almost killed a Torbjorn. He pops his, I don't know what it's called.
I believe it's Overload.
Overload. I was gonna say Overclock.
That's what's it called? Sojourn's ultimate.
Oh, this could be a big ult. Definitely getting the Kiriko. Oh, gets cleansed. Never mind.
Great deny by Wansboro, denying the Kiri ult. Very, very big use of his ult. Even though we don't see a pick from it, what needs to be understood is he denies them from using that space, using his ultimate, which he builds really quickly. He already has 26% of it up. Doesn't seem like a lot, but just using your ult, that's a lot.
Yeah, I agree. Especially, I mean, while your ult's active, you don't get any charge.
Boosting your damage.
We're seeing the swap onto Orisa here, a Hanzo pick from Beelzebub, and a Mercy pick from Steel Banana.
Yeah, I think a little bit more spam damage definitely might do them some good. Get that shield down a little faster. Hanzo's able to defend himself from the Reaper a little bit better. And Orisa can do exactly what she just did. Cancel the Sigma ult.
Cancel Sigma ult, shutting down the Reaper ult.
Shutting down the res.
This fight has the potential for them to take the point very, very easily.
I think they might get up in here. Yummy with the great ult. Manages to find 4. Somebody must have died before that too.
60 seconds.
I believe it was the Reaper still coming back, but he seems to just have reconsolidated with his team.
Yeah, we didn't hear team kill, so he must have been dead already.
I think he got killed by Hanzo, and then he, on his way back, decided to TP back to spawn so he could group up with his team. After 4 of your teammates die, not really worth to
Yeah, there's
recontest the
nothing
point.
you're gonna do. It doesn't matter who you are. You can think you're the baddest Reinhardt in town. We're still gonna find a way to kill you.
Yummy here going for a big flank on Wansboro, trying to force the overload on him. Fading out. No need to continue to pursue it. Molten Core coming out onto the cart, Wansboro pushing down low. Yummy still looking for Edag. Or, well, switching onto Wansboro here, but... Ooh, Beelzebub getting 2 picks with dragons. Very well done from the side of Raging Dropouts.
I could have sworn I saw some red over there. Oh, no, it's through the wall. Never mind.
We'll see a swap onto D.Va from Chainsmoke and GT Gamer swapping onto Genji, actually.
Yeah, and once you got this wider arena here, Reaper has a harder time closing the gap. Genji's definitely a good idea. Orisa going to shut down this play right from the start. Edak, no reason to survive. Waits a little too long. Gets the res.
Sadly, Beelzebub, I believe that's Wansboro. Ooh, I am mixing them up. I was going to say, Wansboro trying to contest the card, not being able to by himself.
Oh, and D.Va
Yeah,
is going to be alone for a long time here.
Nope, just resets automatic.
Oh,
Resets
smart.
by jumping off. Very, very smart. Deciding to reset here, to reconsolidate. They have Kiri ult, they almost have Genji ult. They could combo the two, or they could just use Kiri ult and push, what's it called? Rage Dropouts out. They have a lot of options here, but this is last fight territory. They cannot be picked here early.
No, they've got 2 minutes 50 seconds left. But for the defense, yes. Yes, it is.
I mean for the defense.
That's
my
what
bad.
I should have.
Yeah. We have Reaper
Goes
come
out,
out, but shut down by Wansboro.
D.Va's low in the back, purple.
Oh, Anthotron gets
Kiri's
picked
dead.
here. Blade coming out.
Great shot from Shinigami onto the Genji, but nobody else able to land anything. Genji only finds one. They are going to be forced to back, it looks like.
Wansboro, though, has Tire now. Anthotron has his Kiri ult. This is still an ult economy advantage here for the side of Thunder Squad. And D.Va has her Mecha Bomb as well. I missed that. Tree also
I was
coming up
about
quickly.
to say any moment now would be a decent time.
Two.
Gets 2.
And
Gonna have to
Genji
try to
coming
get out
in.
here. Oh,
Will
with
Genji
TV
pick up the
going.
fifth?
Yeah, Yummy. Milliseconds before his teleport expires. Goes down.
Great value for D.Va Bomb. As I'm sure my buddy here who's watching the stream can say, D.Va Bomb's a tough ult to get a lot of value out of. That was very, very valuable. Great timing there from Chainsmoke.
Agreed. Yeah, I mean, even just backing up the Reaper and the Orisa would have been worthwhile.
Oh, for sure.
But finding 2 is more than they could have hoped.
Tire coming out here from Wansboro, picking 2.
Finds 2.
Kiriol coming out as well. Chainsmoke looking for Far, finding Far. GT Gamer picking up the Ana here. I completely blanked on their name. My apologies.
The Yummy does get out this time. Has to fade in spawn.
However, this leaves the side of Thunder Squad with only one ult ready, one ult upcoming, and Chainsmoke at 50%, while the side of Raging Dropouts having 3 ults. Nano is such a powerful ult. Pops Valkyrie, and Nano Boost grabs a bunch. Life Weaver coming in with the play.
Denies the Orisa ult. The tree is up. The res is out. Madman is in
Shinigami
the faces
picking up
of the
GT.
squishies.
Edak falls to Madman. Madman picks off Wansboro.
Aura
D.Va
going down
Bomb
in the background.
picking
Gets
2.
Reaper ult gets 1. Should be able to at least get D.Va out of mech here before someone shows up. GT is back, but being focused, goes down. Can Wansboro kill Yummy here? No fade on the Reaper. Reaper's focusing to Kiri. Smart
Steal
play,
the-
finds it.
Beelzebub comes back and Madman on ball. Oh, picks
Oh.
off the D.Va.
Wands
Wands
should
on the
die here.
score.
Can Beelzebub find cover? He cannot. He almost found that pillar. Ball goes down. And there we have it.
The side
Week
of
one.
Week 1,
In the
Thunder
bag.
Squad wins.
Thunder Squad
Congra-
wins.
Congratulations to Thunder Squad. Congratulations to my boy Anthotron56 or Tony. Very, very well done by everyone. Great play. Almost made it to that point. I was going to ask, because I am curious, in the case of a draw, what occurs on a map 3?
You know, we've never had that happen, and I don't remember what we wrote in the rulebook.
Almost happened tonight,
yeah.
though.
Almost did happen tonight. I got game 2 and game 1. Okay, so we did get all the... Oh, shit.
We didn't get game 1.
We didn't get game 1, whatever, not the end of the world.
No. Someone can summary that. There's a summary button.
True. Yeah, we'll find it. In the meantime, we do have to interview one of the teams. How you want to pull in a team captain?
Feel free to pull in either one. I don't think I have the perms to do
No, I
so.
gotta do it.
All right.
We're getting them in here.
Where's the team captains? Either one will work here.
Hope you were in the middle of a conversation.
No, I'm good.
Beautiful. Welcome into the booth. Congratulations on the win tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, thanks.
Representing Mod was going to win tonight regardless. But I
Yeah.
representing the Mods well.
it was a good mod v mod game, right?
Yep. We know
Mods
the
v mod
mod
game.
now. Yeah, mods. You had two.
Dominant mods.
Hopefully I can keep the streak alive next game. What went into tonight? What was your planning like? Have you met with any of the coaches? Did you set up, what you wanted to play? Did you get the maps you wanted?
Man, just based off of season 1, we have 3 out of the 5 of season 1 Metro City Hugos. Season 1, we kind of went into every game and just flew by the seat of our pants to begin with, and that's kind of what we did. We had a little more discussion as to what kind of maps we wanted to play, who we were playing against, what they were gonna play, what we thought they were gonna play, and why they were banning the maps they were gonna ban. And it kind of gave us a little bit of insight on where we wanted to go. Our squad as a whole is just very what's the word? Malleable, I guess. We can switch into pretty much any kind of role that we need to, or not role, but any kind of like a team fighting style that we need to for whatever map that we're on and however the other team's playing. So we really try to set it loose and just kind of coast through the game and do what we can when we can, make the calls then.
Excellent. Kaya, do you got anything you wanted to ask the team captain here?
Definitely. There was actually a very big question I've been dying to ask. Edek, give me your perspective on choosing Lifeweaver. Looking at it from a coach perspective, right? Lifeweaver is a very difficult healer to get value out of. Looking at your team tonight, you not only got value out of him, you did a lot with him. Shutting down the Nano Orisa, that's just incredible. Now as an ult that pretty much wins team fights for a team, you were able to shut it down with your pedal platform. You were able to get a lot of value out of your grips tonight. I want to know what went your head. Did you foresee using this? Foreseeing this much value from Lifeweaver?
After Lifeweaver got his buff here, like most recently, I really kind of wanted to give him a try. I've seen that his spread on his attack is minimized for the first 20 shots or whatever it is. So you can do a great amount of like burst damage, 20 shot reload. Whenever you need to and you're far away, and it helps build up your tree. The tree is amazing because it blocks some line of sight. It gives great heals and just gives another obstacle for the other team to work around whenever you know and your team know that you're going to put it down. The pedal platform, I don't know how to explain it. The pedal platform is so good. And it counters a lot of what Zarya does. So Zarya throws her ult out, you throw a pedal platform underneath you, you're automatically out of the ult. You toss it down underneath an Orisa, it puts her up above you. It didn't even damage the tree whenever she ulted, and it didn't damage the team either. The pulls, you just have to look for the people that you know are going to be out there on the front lines, and once they start hitting that little plus sign, if you don't think you're going to be able to hit that heal or that good heal, that good like charged up heal, you get the pull back on them, and like 99 times out of 100, you're going to be thanked for having a great pull. Honestly, I think he's incredibly undervalued as a healer at this point. His heals, in my opinion, do great. I think tonight, looking at the heal boards for those 3 games, whenever I played Lifeweaver, I'm pretty sure I just kind of went in on the heals. The heals were fantastic. I feel like he's a great healer. I know a lot of people will say that he's a hard one to really get into, I guess, being a good healer or good in a comp, but I personally think that he works great in almost anything.
Yep, you're definitely making it hard for me as a coach to disagree with you here. Just I saw you use your pedal platform a lot tonight, denying alts, making your team have enough space to work with things. I have to say, I wasn't expecting to see a Life Weaver tonight, and I'm very glad I did. I got to see him utilized in a way I didn't expect him to. So congratulations on your win here. That's all the questions from me. Toast, if you
I
have
do have
anything
one
else to
last
say.
question. Yeah, did you put the tree down in front of the payload on purpose so it would get pushed along with your team?
Wait.
You-
At which like on the
Dorado.
last one?
Nope, on Dorado, you the middle point there, second point, towards the end. There was a moment where the tree was just getting trudged along by the payload.
I typically try to put it on top of the payload so it'll move along, but if it gets pushed in front of the payload, that's absolute news to me and amazing.
Maybe
I love
it
that.
counted as being on it. It's hard to tell.
Yeah,
if it's clipping through it like that.
I think on that point, I don't think it was on purpose that I put it there. I kind of just tossed it down because I knew we were about to need it. And I mean, generally, whenever I go to lay it down, I try to lay it down near the point or at least somewhere on the point or around it. So I guess blind squirrel finds an acorn every now and again. So I got it.
All right. So last thing I want to talk about here, we got another game coming up in about 40 minutes. So, grab some water, grab some snacks, and then come on back. We'll see you in a bit.